station. Do you know what the lottery is? Okay, the lottery is when people throw away their money thinking they're gonna get rich. This is called the lottery numbers. Right here, for the state of Georgia, they have it locked. So if you look in this window, you'll be able to see they do all the different lottery polls here.
That's so cool.
So for the state, this company has the contract. So this is a control room.
Oh, cool.
This is a control room too. So if they're running something in there, this is where, so you've got just these two workstations now. This used to be just a sea of people. This one is the main one for the news. You know, this is,
How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hey, how's it going, people?
Good morning. How y'all doing?
new weather person and tour.
Yeah, there you go. Go throw them in the hot spot right now. We're going to come back from break and put them on air.
You want to do it?
So everything is run here, where when this opened 25 years ago, there was a person at every seat here. It took 20 people to put on a newscast there.
So cool.
And now 2 people can do what 20 people do.
That is
How
so
does that
cool.
feel to know y'all are that powerful that you can do 20 people's work?
You know what?
My heart rate's pretty high right now.
Yeah, there you go. That's the best answer. That's the best answer.
During that, I fell asleep during that cold front storm that went through Georgia. I
Okay.
fell asleep.
You were watching it nonstop?
No, I tried to, but then I fell asleep because I had it all night. Because I knew it had a shelf cloud. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
I saw when my first shelf cloud.
Good morning.
So if you stand up and use, when the person's doing it, you know what a green screen is? Whatever they're showing you on television, they're showing here. They don't see it. They have to look in the monitor to see these two, to see what's actually going on. Do we have a weather person today?
Good, and yourself? Good. I know. Nice to meet you, kids. I'm Ray. Yes. This is my son, Ayden. He's future severe weather team. Yeah.
This is Ebony.
Hey. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too. I'm just trying to see where I am in the show. Okay.
Ebony's part of the severe weather team.
I'm not up just yet, so I have a few minutes. How old are you?
11.
11? Are you in 6th grade or 5th grade?
11. Oh, at 6.
6? Oh, that's so cool. I have a 6th grader too.
Oh, you do?
That's so cool.
So yeah, so what is it that you like so much about weather?
Yeah, I love tornadoes and everything.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced any kind of severe weather that impacted like your house or you had trees in the yard that came down, anything like that?
2. The only 2 storms I've ever seen.
Really? And were
Also-
you scared or were you more interested?
I was very excited when it first happened. Basically, what happened was there was this, like, repeating windstorm that kept going through Mississippi and Alabama each time, and then it elongated and went through Georgia. It was my first shelf cloud I've ever seen. Because from afar, it looked like as if there was glass there, and it's just flattened the whole side of the storm. But as it got closer, like, the top half was dark while shelf cloud went through and the winds got higher and higher.
impressive?
But I did see this tornadic cloud. So basically, it looked like a small mesocyclone. It was like there was this inflow with clouds in it. It wasn't a tornado, but it looked like one. So these like stream of clouds came in, and then like this like round thing was right there, and then I saw this like funnel cloud like thing that had a like there was a fast moving cloud under it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fast moving cloud was right under it into like it like the fast moving cloud. I thought it was a blue cloud because it was right under the funnel cloud, and then like it went lower and lower, and I think it touched the ground.
That's so cool. I'm so impressed with all the terminology because when I was your age, I liked the weather, but I was just more so impressed with like temperature changes. So back when I was your age, I could call this number and get the time and temperature. So I was just be impressed with the temperature change.
That's
But
so
you
cool.
are like so impressive with all of your terminology and all of that. So that's awesome. Where'd you learn about all this stuff in school, or did you just take it upon yourself to
No,
like
I was just watching a
search?
bunch of weather videos.
That's so awesome. Well, keep it up. If you want to pursue a career in meteorology, if you think you do, math and science are going to be like your top subjects. So whether you really like math or you just like it a little bit, you got to pay close attention and like really soak it all in because it all comes together. When you're in college, you'll say, oh, she was right. I have to take a lot of math classes. You're like, what does this have to do with weather? But it really all comes together. It's like a part of everything that we do. It might not always look like it or seem like it, but it's like in the background of everything we do. Especially like computer models. Let me show you some stuff that I've been looking at. I'm about to go up here so you guys can
Every single day I'll look at the time.
observe what I'm about to do. But
There it
these
is.
are some,
That's
models
what he
that I
likes.
look at.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is how I put my forecast together. And normally I print out the sheet that has a bunch of numbers on it. I'll show you really quick.
Usually every day I was just going to turn a possibility map and just look at what's going to go on.
Oh, cool. So normally I will print this out when my printer's not working. And see, that's just a bunch of numbers. That doesn't look like much of anything, but that's where all the math comes into play because these are the numbers that the supermodel computers crunch together to give us this output. So we have TMPs, temperatures, dew point, cloud, wind direction, wind speed, precipitation, quantitative precipitation, thunderstorm activity,
Because like
the type.
I
So it
saw
gives me
that
all of that.
the humidity was 99 yesterday.
Where?
In Georgia yesterday the humidity was 99.
At what time?
Like in the morning it was 99.
Are you sure? I don't think so, but maybe you saw it somewhere. I don't know, but I don't think so because the air was
It was
dry.
like one of those Google screens.
So I'm about to go. I think you guys want to observe.
Okay.
We can look at here.
If you go behind any of those cameras, you'll be out of view.
Come on, it's right.
So I'm going to start here, then I'm going to go over to the green screen.
Wonderful.
There you go.
There you're good.
So you'll be able to lecture them about it. Just see. Yeah, yours, what she saw versus what you see is completely different.
Camera one.
You seen Prompter on one? Gotcha.
Thanks.
Alright, we're 10 out. And we're up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We've already had a few of those warnings, so turning on the heat will feel great, and that's only the beginning, because the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is forecasting a 6% increase in the number of days that you will rely on heat. The Energy Information Administration says people who use natural gas can expect about an extra $200 for the season. Ouch, that is going to hurt. In fact, you may end up using your heater even later on this week. Meteorologist Ayden is tracking your forecast and severe weather center too.
Really, Candace, the summer-like warmth that we've had around this weekend, it's not going to last much longer. Today's going to be the last day. Let's take a look at the changes that we're going to see. Big drop off in our temperatures thanks to a cold front that's going to be moving in. Typically this time of year around Atlanta, we should warm about 75. Today, we're going above that 82 degrees. And then we'll cool on Tuesday, actually Monday, to around 73. And then Tuesday, our days are a little bit off, but these are our temperatures over the next 3 days. So by Tuesday, that's where we're going to warm up only to a high of 55 degrees. Now today, still another warm one. We'll have a few more clouds mixing in as we head through the afternoon hours. And our afternoon highs up to 80 degrees in Hilton, 70 77 in Blairsville, where it's going to be warm getting out across the mountains, but we are going to notice those clouds building in a little bit earlier in the day. 83 will be our high in Athens, with until high of about 82 today in Griffin. So get outside, enjoy the great weather while we still have it around. Outdoor plans looking fantastic this afternoon. Even as we head into this evening, we'll notice those clouds continue to build in. Rain chances, though, will hold off until later tonight. That's when our front will approach the area just from the north, so we'll have some scattered light showers moving through overnight. Some of those showers could linger into the early morning hours on Monday. I think most of us, though, will start off mostly cloudy, and as that front continues to push off to the south, we'll see that chance of rain winding down, the clouds will scour out, and we are going to get a push of much drier, colder air moving in. And we're talking the coldest air we've seen so far this season. So much so that it's come with a freeze watch here across far north Georgia. These are the areas, including Fannin County and Gilmer County, Lee and Towns, Raven, where we are going to have temperatures down to the freezing point or even below. Now Monday will be seasonably cool, high temperatures in the 70s, but it's also going to be quite gusty. Winds could gust as high as 20 upwards to about 25 miles per hour. Through the afternoon, we'll still have those high wind gusts around on Tuesday. So as a result of temperatures dropping down into the 30s, here's what it's going to feel like 8 o'clock Tuesday morning, but we are down into the lower end of the 20s around Blairsville, and it's going to feel like we're at freezing point in Atlanta. As we check our 5-day forecast with the weekend always in view, 20% chance of rain on Monday. That's going to be early in the day. Then we'll have more sunshine returning by the time we get into the afternoon hours, and we're going to keep it nice and dry Tuesday and Wednesday, but it's not going to feel so nice. Starting off cold, morning lows down into the 30s, highs only getting into the 50s, but we will rebound as we get into next weekend. We'll take a look at that now.
We're now seeing a shortage of medication that millions use. Why the FDA is warning about the supply of Adderall. An escaped fugitive is in custody this morning after he tried to make a run for it off a boat. How technology helped police catch him.
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. Nice meeting you. Ayden, nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
What school do you go to?
Cotton Indian Middle School.
You gotta speak up,
Where?
boo.
Cotton Indian.
Where's that at?
Henry County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
South. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by.
It was so nice meeting you guys. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you, thank you. Papa, what'd you think? How cool was that?
So this is the TV newsroom. This is the largest, one of the largest TV newsrooms for any purpose, the largest local in America.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
See how many people are here?
Yeah.
Okay, if you were here tomorrow morning,
It's full.
every single seat is full.
This is kind of what I'm like. This is what I envisioned when I thought about coming here. It was this room like this.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
not normal.
So it's not normal.
This is not normal. I mean, usually you're like in a shoebox.
Oh,
and
oh,
it's
oh.
tiny. So this is, see the T?
Yep.
And you saw her going to the T. So you stand right there.
Mm-hmm.
And you would be looking, this camera, robotic camera, will rotate and line up on you, then look behind you. There is speed tonight. So there's a guy named Jorge Estevez who does the news, and he does this night one too.
Okay.
So he can stand right there, and you'd be looking right at me. So tell me, what's coming up tonight on WSB tonight? And you would tell us.
And this
then
thing will be
this
aimed
one
at you.
Is another.
You sit in this one?
And so this is the prompter. You know all about prompters? No. Okay. So in just a minute when they come back on, this is going to start rolling. That's how the woman who is sitting at her desk knows what to say. It'll tell her here electronically what to say. But it used to have it here, and now it's here. So when they come out of this commercial break, you'll see this is what she's doing. And This is the mic pad. You know what this is?
Yeah.
You do or don't? This is what's called an IFB. So you would put this on your waist, and you put an earpiece in, and the person over here can tell you what to do through the IFB. So this is hooked up to them, and let's say there's something they want you to do. They're telling you, look left, look right, do this. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I don't wear an IFB when I do TV usually. Oh, see, watch, it's going. So this is what she's doing right now. She's reading that. So this is going on live in there right now.
That's so cool.
So let's say they had a technical problem in there, the lights went out in there. She can run in here, sit down here, and do it right from here.
Sweet. A cool backup.
Yeah.
Nice.
And let's say they're doing the 5 o'clock news, and they have the 6 o'clock anchor teasing what he or she's going to be talking about at 6. They're sitting here or standing there, and they'll throw to them here, and they'll say, well, what's coming up next? You know?
Yeah.
And so they'll do it here, there, or there's another spot over here.
That is so
or
cool.
over back there. So the idea is to make it seem like
We're in different
vibrant.
locations.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're all in one same room almost.
Right.
That is so cool.
Okay, so come to me, I'll show you more.
Are you having fun?
Yeah.
So this is where every morning at 9:30, the big shots have a meeting.
Oh yeah.
And see, they'll show up here. They'll put every reporter up. And then they tell them what story they're gonna do. And I have to give them something every day of the week. So they don't even put me up there because they know they've got something for me that I've recorded in advance.
Oh, wonderful. That is cool.
So,
That's really
see
cool.
the green? The green, these are reporters' names, people in green. And then below, it's like what stories they're gonna have.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Very nice.
And then they'll assign them a photographer to go out with them.
The check mark means they completed it?
I have no idea.
Probably. Or they know of it.
Those functions game so much that there's a game that they made about some reason.
I bet that's true.
It's where you're just a storm chaser and storms just pop up every day.
But if you really want to chase storms, you gotta move to Oklahoma or Kansas, because that's where.
And he knows that for sure. Right? Tornado Alley, right?
I have been I was traveling between Kansas City and St. Louis when a big EF3 was coming through. And it was pretty dangerous. So this is where they can bring in a camera from anywhere in the world. This is a very powerful person right here. Because there could be something happening right now that just happens in London, let's say. And you can bring it up instantly.
Yes.
I don't know how you do it, but you can bring it up instantly.
That is so cool.
These are all, see all these things? These are all, every one of these is a different way to bring in a live shot. The live view, those are the ones that are cellular?
Yes.
Correct?
Live use so.
So what types of super cells have you seen? Because I haven't seen a super cell. No, I have seen it. So there's one time where I saw an overshoot happen, where like when a super cell is too high, it overshoots
How you
and then
doing?
it comes out.
Right.
So when I saw those
Nice to meet you.
overshoots,
My son,
and
Ayden.
like when the storm hits, I was right because that's when golf ball size are coming down, and then with the pea size. 15 seconds. Yeah, it kept happening. When I went outside, it started to be cold.
Now, did you hear what Ebony said though? You're gonna need, this is what you're gonna do for a living. You're gonna have to study math and science like a maniac. And you know, there are schools you can go to specifically to study meteorology and weather patterns. Have you looked at what schools you can do that at? Is that a no?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Well, not from my perspective, because I haven't introduced it.
Okay.
I was more so interested in trying to get him into these environments and see if that's really what he wanted to do. So now that he hears about the math and science, we can check the temperature. Because he might just want to chase the storm, which obviously he would still need to, bunker down in those topics too. But
Yeah, because the good storm chasers understand the science.
Sometimes they don't want the storm to wait outside the storm because they know it's coming their way.
Yeah, so if I'm a good storm chaser, I want to make sure I don't end up dead because of the storm.
So you're gonna
That's
study.
Why the more you know.
Like for me, I was chasing a tornado right in the game, and it died. And I remember that in real life, tornadoes can recycle.
That's
So
right.
what happened was I was driving away from it because there's a new storm forming with a tornado on it. So I drove away, and the rotation that was still there, it was still like I was in its shifting path. So what happened was it formed on me, and I was alive. But then I started go flying because it like got like a really strong ingrowth. Potentially, like a few minutes later, it became a multi-vortex, and then became a wedge.
So how do you make money being into this? Like, how would you
In the
make a
game?
living? No, in real life, like when you're 22, because you're 11 now. How would you, when you're twice your age, how would you make money doing this? How would you earn a living that you could do this all day long? Okay, you would go to work for doing weather forecasting for storms for an agency called NOAA, the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration. Have you ever seen any of their stuff when you're looking at YouTube videos?
I've never been in a severe thunderstorm. Been in a severe
I don't
Well,
think
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where you could earn a living teaching people how to be safe.
because that's part of it. It's safety. So yes, these gentlemen and women chase the storm, but they relay back what you need to do to be safe when cars are flying, houses are breaking apart. And that's you would need to go to school to make sure you're telling them the right thing at the right time, right? And so chasing the storm is just one part, right? Taking good pictures and knowing the path of it is only one part of it. But what you're learning today is the inner workings of how to get to just that part. So that's like the end result of all the schooling and education that you would need to be able to be the guy that you're, telling us that you want to be today, right?
And guess what the best job is for what you want to do?
I didn't know about that.
The best
Because
job
when-
ever?
No, it's because when that hail came down, there wasn't a severe thunderstorm.
You better listen to this. The best job to do what you want to do is where you're flying in the storm. You ever seen video of people flying in the storm?
Hurricanes, airplanes.
Yeah. Wouldn't you want to do that? That's a very specialized job.
Yeah, it is.
And it's not being the pilot, it's being the people on the plane that are studying the storm and are in it.
I've not seen much footage of that. I've not seen much footage of the person or
But
craft
that's because
in
that's
scene.
all for national
NASA.
defense.
Yeah. Okay.
And because they want to be able to predict the path of storms and the severity of the storms and all that. So that's a really important job and it pays really well.
That is really cool.
But
We're
you
gonna
gotta go to
explore that.
school.
Yeah, we're gonna explore that. That is so cool. He would love that. We have to show it to him first, and then.
Right. What else you want to see?
I don't know.
Okay.
You ready to go, Papa? Huh? So honestly, in his heart, he really wants to see a storm. He wants to be in one. He wants to be in the back of the truck when they're chasing one down. So if he can do like a week excursion during this month in Tornado Alley and all that in hurricane season, September and October, he would just, skip school for a week
You'd
and
love
chase
it.
around.
Well, what you could do is you go to school in Oklahoma and study in one of the programs about tornadoes.
That's something to
And
look
you
forward
live
to.
with them.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State and the University of Oklahoma. But I think Oklahoma State's the one that has the weather school.
We're gonna remember that.
Like how people can't report everything. If there's like something going on, like really bad with weather, then they can't report other else things that are coming back. Like there wasn't a warning for that storm. Like it had hail, so you expected a severe thunderstorm, but there wasn't a warning for it. It was just like on the radar. It just looked like a regular storm.
Do you know about the tornado that hit Joplin, Missouri? I was there. It
Which one was
bad.
that one? Is that the EF3 you were talking about?
It was EF5.
EF5.
It was the worst that's hit the United States in modern times.
What year was this?
2011.
Don't you know about the El Nino
Oh,
tornado?
that's when he was born.
The year he was born, it was just brutal.
Do you know what the El Nino tornado? The one that okay, so the tornado was 2.6 miles wide. And well, you couldn't see it at all because the tornado was so big, it looked like it's
You know where
covered
it,
by two types of clouds.
last final look.
The one in Joplin was 1.1 miles wide and 11 miles long.
Oh, wow.
And killed, they don't even know yet how many people died.
Still.
Yeah, they said like in the El Nino tornado there's two sub-vortices, and then like the sub-vortices were like 5 times smaller than the El Nino tornado.
It's so cool.
There's supposed to be a box there.
I wonder how we're going to get you to the math and science and then bring you back into the
Like,
storm,
what
actually, because...
Like what happened is like it took like a U-turn. It forward was gonna head towards Reno, but then like it took a turn like in a shape. But what happened when it first formed? It was really ugly. It was like it was massive, but it didn't have a shape. It just rotated and rotated until basically when it formed, it just looked like clouds just covering. But really, it was just a tornado because like people couldn't even chase it at all because they tried to, and that's when like it shifted. It kept moving. It moved really fast and shifted a lot. So then they said that what formed this tornado was three supercells that combined.
Never good.
Yeah, it was like 3
No.
supercells and they touched each other and they combined to form that one large tornado.
Let's go on.
You ready to go? Let's see something else.
There's not much else to see.
Oh, is it? So what'd you think, Papa? What'd you think about your experience today? You have a good time? This was really cool.
So the thing is, in weather, there's so many different jobs you can do.
Right.
Because if this is what you love, you got to figure out how you can earn a paycheck from it. Because otherwise, it's just something you get to do when you're on vacation.
Very true. You hear what he said, Papa? You hear what he's saying to you? So you know, as you get older, we have to get a job as an adult. And this could be your job. But the science and math portion in school is what's going to determine how well you could do a job. Like this one. So that's what Clark was telling you about. So hopefully, today inspires you to do what? Huh?
Not fall asleep in math class.
Pretty much. So you can calculate 3 supercells merging together and how to get out the way.
Exactly.
Because you're going to need math and science to do that. Right? That's what we learned today. We need math and science to be who we want to be later on.
To be anything you want to do in weather,
That's right.
you have to have the math and the science.
Which, just listening to you, I think you got the science part down packed.
Well,
To a degree.
Obviously fascinated and obsessed.
Yep.
So that's
the beginning of
so
anything.
important.
Yes.
I can't believe it's going to be that cold Tuesday.
I did hear that. And
Oh.
I kind of knew it. We're in the last 2 weeks of the month. You know, it gets like really cold around Halloween.
Right.
Normally you can't see the kids' costume because they got on the coat. So,
I remember years ago taking my kids trick-or-treating. One Halloween it was snowing, and the next Halloween it was in the 80s.
I do recall that. We were overdressed one day.
Yeah.
And I anticipated it being very cold, just like you said.
I love tracking the moon.
Tesla time.
I love
Oh, yeah.
science.
There it is.
Yep.
Did you see the moon last night? How beautiful it was?
Was it red?
It was kind of orange.
Hmm.
And it's a half moon.
Yep.
I didn't see that.
It's
So
still
it got
half.
sliced right in half.
Yep, it's still half a moon too. Remember I was telling you about it? It was kind of eclipsed. Yeah. Clark, this has been awesome.
Oh, I'm glad.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
When he gets home, he's going to talk about it all day. He's not saying much now, but this is going to be on his mind.